Hey everybody, Tully television here. Uh, 8 o'clock on almost the dot, couple minutes early. But figure I'll start now. And I'm sure whoever wants to stop by will stop by. But I figured I'd do a little upload here to help fill in the gap. My guy Timmy has been super swamped at work. Uh, he has, much to my dismay, he has a real life outside of helping me out with this channel. Um, we kind of, he kind of like does a lot of pro bono work, so I appreciate him all the time, helping me out. He's a godsend to me, but he's been super swamped at work, so I've been thinking of the last week of certain things that I want to talk about that I haven't done a video yet that I'm waiting for Tim to help me out with. We got the Falcon and Winter Soldier thoughts coming soon. We have Retro Blast that sent him. I got a couple more videos I can send him soon. Once he's available to help out. But today I wanted to talk about the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I finally got to see the end of that recently, the last couple of days. I watched that with the missus, and going into it of watching Justice League, you knew that there was going to be obviously more footage added to it because the original run was about, what was it, 2.5 hours. So you figured that even if it was an extra hour and a half worth of footage, there's going to be more things added to this, which I'm glad. You would figure that even if he did turn this in initially, they might have cut an hour or something out of it. But I'm kind of glad that worked out this way. Uh, I'm glad that I'm glad that his vision came across, is what I mean. Not so much the circumstances that led to him having to do it this way, which was an unfortunate situation. But it led him to emotionally have a catharsis, an emotional release of something that tragic happened to him during this project, and that he was able to finish it sometime later and dedicate it to his daughter. I think was a well-deserved opportunity for him to be able to finish that, even though it might have been tough for him to finish that. So I'm not too sure if a lot of people think about that too much, that they just kind of concentrate on the story or whatever like that. But it was a good story. I liked how they explained how the mother boxes came to life. It was because of Superman's death cries at the end of Batman vs. Superman, with him fighting Doomsday. We get more history building between knowing there was a war between the Amazonians and the Atlanteans. We also know that Doomsday came and tried to take over Earth, but all the Elder Gods and the Green Lantern and other people, the Amazonians, the Atlanteans, all these people helped and were able to separate the mother boxes into separate locations. You see that happen. You see more of how Batman formed the team for this defense of the world. And some of those scenes were extended or altered. How Diana and Cyborg met was different in this version. Trying to think of some other scenes that were different that were altered from the original. The bank scene was altered. The one scene I did like, for the most part, was the Flash scene when he saved Iris. Um, I know some people didn't like the overuse of the slow motion uh, effect in the movie, and I kind of understand that fact because it is a lot, especially in a 4 hour movie, to have almost, I don't know what the percentage was for how much slow motion was used in that movie, but I'm sure it was a lot. Felt like a lot. But in that scene with the Flash saving her from the car crash, and then him taking the hot dogs in between to make it seem like he was like a fraidy cat, and that he was trying to protect the dogs instead of what he really did. And he wanted to. I like the effect of how he the shoes disintegrated when he tried to run when he began to run fast. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Trying to think what I liked how Darkseid looked. I liked the new look of Steppenwolf. Um, I liked the effects, some of the effects that his armor was able to do. I liked the fact that he was able to lift that horse up and throw it when the Amazonian was on it during that Demascara attack for the mother box, just to show how strong he was. I mean, that'd be about a ton worth of weight between the horse and the person. Um, I'm trying to think. The Superman scenes I thought were better. You know, I liked the fight. Lois is always going to be the key for Superman. We know that in any story that Superman goes bad, unless he was, there's story like what if stories if like what if he landed in Russia instead of Smallville. That's where this Red Sun story comes from. But barring that type of influence, anytime that he's like regular Joe Schmo, Clark Kent, Superman, going to see Mom and Pa Kent, the major things that drive him to do evil things is the death of Lois. And that was kind of seen as a premonition in this movie. You got to see the alternate ending in which Superman goes bad. Uh, you see him disintegrate everyone. He has Batman's cowl in his hand, and he's pretty much subservient to Darkseid. And Jared Leto's Joker was definitely better in this version. I think he finally got what he was trying to do in the first one. Um, I know a lot of people give the Jared Leto Joker a lot of flack, but I'm not saying he's the best Joker around. I get why he is on the bottom tier of Jokers. Uh, but yeah, he didn't. He almost got it. He almost got it, but he definitely did better in this version of himself. I'm glad they got rid of the tattoos and that he realized, even though they had scarring on his face, it showed how stupid it was. So I'm glad they kind of made Joker evolve to even where he's like, oh, that was kind of stupid. Why am I tattooing my face? That's not. Uh, I just never got that aspect of Joker and Suicide Squad, the tattoos on the face. But overall, the Snyder Cut was good. It made the movie better. It filled in a lot of holes. I'm glad that Cyborg got a bigger part in it. Um, that's the way that his character was meant to be in the first movie. Well, the first version of the movie. Um, I'm glad that they showed how powerful he can be because he can be uh, the all seeing, which he eventually becomes in the comics. Basically, he just sits up in the watchtower and he can basically, go through anything and do anything. He helped a struggling mother Uh, he hacked her account and gave her like $5,000 or $10,000, whatever it was. But she only had like $100 in there, not even. And she was sitting there like shaking her head, and then he made a glitch, and he gave her like the thousands of dollars, and she just took it out like I would, and be like, "Yeah, I'm taking that." Um, I definitely like his character arc of the best. It was a better version of Cyborg for sure. I also seen the Suicide Squad trailer. That looked pretty funny. I know again the first one was really uh, weak in a lot of places, but this one does look more true to uh, what they're trying to do, and I think there's going to be a lot of this one's going to be, I think, a lot more graphic than the first one was, even because there's one vision, and not all these. The first one, there was a lot of double introducing of characters, which wastes so much time, and then it's kind of like you kind of lose the audience a little bit. Um, but this one looks better than that first one. You see Harley Quinn is in it still, Captain Boomerang, Amanda Waller. Um, Maybe there's one or two other characters I'm not thinking of that are in this sequel or kind of sequel, however they're calling it. But we get John Cena's Peacemaker in it. We get Peter David, the comedian's playing someone in it now. I forget. There's this character called the Weasel, King Shark, which the motion caption actor is one person, but the voice acting is Sylvester Stallone. And to hear some of the lines of, I'll go to show you how graphic this movie is going to be, where King Shark eats someone and he's just going num 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 num, as if you would eat like a ding dong or a bag of Doritos or something like that. That's pretty crazy. Um, Again, that looks good. You got some obscure characters, which I always love obscure characters from comics. The Polka Dot Man looks interesting. Again, you got the Weasel. Um, there's this guy, I think, that is able to detach his arms. Uh, it looks fun. It looks fun. My guy, was it Michael Roker? Michael Roker, I think his name. He was Merle Dixon in The Walking Dead, and he was a Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy. I might be mispronouncing his name, Michael Roker, but he's in this. Again, looks really good. I like it. Um, and then these projects got me thinking into how sometimes, like, I think Marvel does overall have a better library of movies compared to the DC live action movies, if we're talking about an overall library of that. But I think that um, DC has a better library of animation, and it's pretty crazy how much I think about how you got Young Justice as a series, you got the Justice League, you got Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, you got um, all the animated movies they do, like Gotham by Gaslight, all the different versions of Batman movies, Superman movies. It's pretty crazy how um, Marvel animation doesn't seem to really match up to that too much. So let me know what you guys think about that. I don't know. I'm not sure that's so much a hot take to say that, but I definitely am a firm believer that as far as animation is concerned, DC has got a lockdown as far as live action shows, um, and movies. Definitely movie shows. I liked the Titans that they did on DC Universe. I did watch the first two seasons, and I know they're doing a third one on HBO Max. That was a really good show, and that Doom Patrol show was pretty decent too. And there was a version of Cyborg on that show too. So Cyborg is really out there, man. He's a popular character, and I do like. Again, I want to touch back on the Cyborg. Ray Fisher get more screen time. I'm happy. I understand why he was upset at the Whedon cut. I don't want to speculate on anything as far as behind the scenes things, but if anything, I can understand Ray Fisher's aggravation over the lack of screen time that he was supposed to be given and shown between the Snyder cut and the Whedon cut. I'd be mad too if I put that much effort into a project and I kind of then made it look like I just had a rinky-dink role in it. I'd be like, what? But yeah, Doom Patrol had a version of Cyborg in it. And last thing I'll talk about tonight is some 80s cartoons and toys. I was talking to Chrissy the other day because she asked me about an old story that I tell her every once in a while when I watch an episode of this show, Voltron. When I was a kid, I'm trying to think of the age, anywhere between 8 and 10. Okay, I watched a lot of your standard 80s cartoons like He-Man and Thundercats, Silverhawks. I love the Littles. Excuse me. Shirt Tails, DuckTales, almost any cartoon, G.I. Joe, almost any cartoon I was a big fan of. Anything that helped me escape the life I was living at that time was a blessing for me. That's why I have such love for these things. He-Man. But Chrissy had want me to tell this story again about how when I was like between 8 and 10, I had the whole Voltron set, okay, for Christmas. And, well, yeah, it was a Christmas / birthday present because I was born a week before Christmas. So a lot of people would be slick and just give me one gift instead of two, like fucking bums. But I wound up getting for Christmas, on actual Christmas, the whole Voltron set. All 5 lines, okay? I went banana for this, okay? And the crowd goes banana. I went bananas for this, okay? I non-stop play with this. Da-da-da-da-da. My mother used to like to go to friends' houses and hang out and do whatever the hell my brain thought adult things did at the time. Okay? But sometimes she had to bring me because my grandmother or my aunt would be busy to watch me. So this was around the time where I had gotten the Voltron set. I think this was maybe a few weeks. Still the luster and the joy for these toys was still there. It wasn't like I owned these toys for the whole year and I got tired and wanted the next hot thing. Excuse me. So usually I would bring my toys with me to occupy me because my mother's friends would know that I was a little kid and just needed a little space to do my thing and drink my juice and eat my crackers or whatever. and play with my toys as they played cards or whatever. And so on the way there, um, I lost one of the lions. Okay, I lost one of the lions on the way there, and when we got there, I set myself up, and I realized I got panicked and upset and everything, and like I lost my line, and my mother's friend's husband decided to try to go and help me find it, but it was so dark out at this point because I think it was like during the winter, and it gets dark at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, so it was kind of really hard. I wouldn't have even known where to. Yes, I do have PTSD from this lion. I do still to this day. It still breaks my heart because it aggravated me so much. It was one of the few things that I truly cherished as a child. That I realized it was the first thing I remember seeing as a child. That this was like a major gift, because I knew these type of major gifts in my life are few and far between. Believe me. So I was so mad I wouldn't have even known where I lost it because we walked like 12 blocks to the house. And yeah, so I lost the line, and that broke my heart for quite some time. I was bummed out. Every time I phoned Voltron, it was not the same. They had a nice funeral for Pitch because uh, poor old Pitch and the Green Line were lost somewhere in the temporal time zone of space and time, and hopefully some other kid found that line and was able to form his own Voltron. I should buy it on eBay, though. You're right. eBay is the place to go. But that's how the conversation initially happened. Was we're talking about buying it on eBay, and then I was talking about maybe buying a Zartan or Cobra Commander on eBay. One of the things I really actually want to buy is the actual Cobra Commander hood, the blue hood that goes over his face, and you see the eyes, and then the symbol, the red symbol on top. I want that mask. I also want the Serpentor mask, the hood. Uh, I almost want the Doctor Mindbender little purple thing that he's got. Destro's outfit is pretty pimp too. I'm telling you, and the Baroness's outfit, oh my goodness. You should dress like that, Mrs. Tully Television. We should be Destro and the Baroness for Halloween. But I'm going to wrap it up, guys, for the day. Thank you for stopping by. It's much appreciated. I just wanted to stop in for a little bit and talk about some random content that I've seen recently in between getting some content produced, and all that fun stuff. Um, yeah, like I said, we got the Falcon and Winter Soldier reviews coming. We got a retro blast coming for the baseball season coming up. Big baseball fan here. I don't really talk that too much about my love of baseball on the channel, but yeah, the baseball movie retro blast coming up, and it may not be what you think. May not be what you think. Let me know what your favorite baseball movie is down below, and see if one of you guess what the retro blast is going to be that's coming up soon. One of the videos I have lined up that I'm going to send to my guy Timmy when he, is able to settle down from his responsibilities that he's got to do. One of the future videos I like to see what he's got in store for this one. Here's Negan. I review the story of Here's Negan, and Mrs. Tully Television and I talk about the original Wonder Woman movie. I know we did a Wonder Woman 84 type of video a couple months ago, something like that. But because of that, we went back to see the first one to compare and how it looks and how some of the story beats and stuff, and uh, just to reflect on it and compare it to the newer one that came out. So we did that, and then I got a couple other um, little ideas ahead of time that I'm going to get into soon. But I just want to thank you guys for stopping by. I want to thank you guys for watching, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, all that beautiful stuff. I hope that I can alleviate some of your uh, anxieties for the day. I hope that I can find you in good spirits. And if not, I hope I can lift you up into some good spirits, even if it's for a few minutes out of the day. We all need a little decompression. We all need to think about things that are, uh, fun for us, whether it's comic book movies, whether it be shows, whether it be gardening, whatever it is that your niche is, whatever it is you like to uh, do it, because a great mental health and a great mental frame is always key to life. And then a lot of things will come into place because of that. And maybe one day we can talk about that too, because I do suffer from a lot of anxieties about life too. I think we all do, but in different forms. You know what I mean? It all comes out in different ways. And but I think at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want that little piece of the pie. You know what I mean? That little slice of nirvana to go home to. I think that's what we're all looking for at the end of the day. But again, guys, thanks for stopping by. And until next time, peace, Nookums.